You can find me in the spot where the floppies be. Till I give it a read, keep it crisp in the sleeve. Every Tuesday night feels like Christmas Eve. Living between Wednesdays.
What's up, folks? I'm your host, Konrad, on Wednesday Night Reviews. And from superheroes to average Joes, here's what I read this week. So I got to check out RedEmption number 1 and 2, which is up on Kickstarter very shortly. So first link down below takes you to the Notify Me page. Go check it out now. So this book is created by Austin St.John. You and I know him as the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin way back in the day. And because of that, I feared that this book may just try and rely on that Power Ranger nostalgia. Thankfully, it didn't. So the writers on the book are Chris Hayes, Cole Hayes, Ken Salinas, and McGuire. And they've crafted quite the little horror story for us. So I was not expecting that going in. I thought it would be sort of action-y, like an episode of Power Rangers. Instead, we got something much different. And DJ Hall's art style absolutely is fabulous for this issue. So the issue itself opens up on a military base in Afghanistan in 2021. All the American soldiers there are ready to go home. They're tired. They're probably heat exhausted. And in 1 hour, their helicopter's coming to take them home. So they've all got that homebound excitement. However, if that was the end of the story, that'd be very boring. And so, the storm starts rolling in, and it picks up, and it becomes a sandstorm. It's starting to obscure their vision. They get a call from the helicopter. It might not be able to take them home. They're going to still come, find out, maybe it'll clear up by then. But, don't get your hopes up. And so the soldiers are getting a little antsy. They're a little not great and happy about this, but they've got a job to do for the next hour anyway, so they're looking out into the storm, and that's when they start seeing people, or figures at least. At first it's one or two, then, over the radio, someone on the other side of the base spots another handful, then someone at the main gate starts spotting more and more figures come out of the sand. And that's when they start panicking. And the illustration, the writing, and the lettering in this elevates this tense situation because you get to feel what these soldiers are thinking as their orders start coming and they're trying to coordinate and keep each other safe. The word bubbles start getting more jagged. The lettering becomes a little more chaotic. The expressions, the bodily expressions, the facial expressions on all the characters as they start panicking, only wanting to be home, really come through in the art. And to add on top of all of that, the eyes of these figures start glowing blue, and they're not responding to orders. They're not even acknowledging that they're being spoken to. And once they breach the perimeter, that's when the firing starts. So all the soldiers lock and load under orders. They start firing, and all the holes they're punching in these people glow blue. And a mythical, ethereal mist sort of comes out of them and wafts around them. And for those paying attention among the bullets and the smoke and the sand and the chaos, they start noticing shapes and figures of animals take form. Now, thankfully, their chopper comes in and the soldiers start funneling towards the rear of the base where the chopper is going to be. And they're still firing, still defending themselves as best they can from this seemingly unfeeling force of people. And that's when they board the chopper and they get the hell out of there. Not before all of that mist forms into a giant monster and takes a swing. That's when issue 1 cuts. And we go to our protagonist who's back home. They're in their beautiful suburban area, walking home, and they start noticing things. No kids in the playground, no kids on bikes in the street, no one's mowing lawns, no neighbors peering out from blinds, just being curious. It's just kind of quiet. And as he opens his door, he's got his pack, he's got his firearm, which, because of what's going on, he's prepared with. No one's home. Not his wife, his family, friends, no one's there to greet him. It's just kind of dead. And so he makes his way to an old chest that he has, or an old wooden box, opens it up, and he takes out a giant sword. And I'd call it giant. It's rather large. And as he grabs it, a red mist emanates from it or him, and they intertwine. You're not quite sure. And that's where issue 2 picks up. And he gets attacked by a series of dogs, Rottweilers, pit bulls, bulldogs, all of it, with sort of glowing eyes. And he dispatches them. And issue 2 is colored, and it sort of evolves into a Resident Evil style mystery where the protagonist is kind of trying to figure out what's going on. And what I loved so far about issue 1 and the previews of issue 2 is the tension in the writing. So that opening issue where you see these soldiers panicking, the way it's written and drawn, the creative team knocked it out of the park. It instills this panic and fear of the unknown. And issue 2 being this quiet, desolate place, it just makes you feel uneasy. And even though your protagonist clearly has some sort of power, has armed themselves, is trained, there's this unease. And that's what I think this issue in this series does so well. So absolutely, folks. Again, first link down below. Go to the Notify Me page for the Kickstarter campaign. There's already like 135 people that are in on it, so this book will very likely get backed. And like this video, comment down below what you think of Redemption number 1 if you read it. If you're excited for Redemption number 2, let me know. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.
Golden age to present, digest to oversize. Never miss new comic day, yeah, no surprise. So where's my no prize? Check the letter columns. Can't find issue 2? Yeah, collector problems, cliffhangers, mysteries, you need answers. When did Batman become Green Lantern? I get it, true believer, not lying. Always up for an awesome summer crossover tie-in. High flying, full color or black and white. Splash pages, flashbacks, whet your appetite. With new costumes, team-ups, first loves, first appearances, death, birth.